Hmm. Oh. Yes!
It's gonna be Lazarus. I think Lazarus Primordium sounds pretty funny, right? There's gotta be some cool stuff we can do with this. And yeah, I'll play it with mixes. Fire is Greed again. Got a Meat Hook, Potion Kit, Mind Collapse. Okay. I think it's a Dante's Footstool. There's some pretty great rooms we can find for this. If we find either the Spikes room or the Stats room, we can feed in both of those circumstances. It turns out great. Okay, Aggressive Edible and Stalwart Snack. So we do not have Superfood off the bat this time. I think I like Stalwart Snack, and then we try to dig for Rage, maybe? Yeah, because Stalwart Snack into Rage. Although, okay, so Eaton does not interact with Reanimate, so we're not trying to do any Reanimate stuff. Oh, who are we up against? We've got a More Mass Flesh Weaver, a Holy Feed Kale, and Savagery Seraph. I think Plinks are decent against More Mass Flesh Weaver. I think Plink is decent against Flesh Weaver in general. Mind Collapse is also probably decent against him. It's targeted stuff. Holy Feed Kale Cherubs, I think, have 40 or 50 health. They're tougher than the other Cherub options. I think they have 50. And then, I think this is like hit TSA or bust. So if we need to hit TSA, it's probably closer to being Aggressive Edible. Titanskin 1 doesn't protect Link, so I think we're okay. This should be a bottom par setup. Sure, we'll feed Meat Hook for this fight. I don't think we continue to do that in later fights. Feeding the Meat Hook is not a recipe for success. But we can do it for now. I hold this for Fire is Greed, and we should be mixing for something. We want to find a red concoction. There we go. Do I immediately feed this for Rage 4? Yeah, let's slam it. Be this. Check for another. Okay, this is funny. I can drag him to the front. Blast Infusion actually kills him. Because he only has 5 HP. All his health is expressed in armor. So Unstable is super effective against that unit. The rest of this, we can blink here. And I'll take damage to the pirates. I think we're usually hoping to get Potion Kit earlier so we can slap it on Primordium. I actually might still slap it on Primordium here. I think I'm probably looking for Damage Shield. Lifesteal's not very good. Do that. This is funny too. We were already winning, but it does make us win harder. Alright. What do we get? Making of Antumbra Assault, Immortal Trade. And yes, I still haven't mastered Immortal Trade. It's just, like, really hard to feel good about. What are we doing? I wish I could look at these drafts in the other order. Because I feel like I'd have a much better understanding of what I'm doing if I was looking at the Lazarus card. I can already mind collapse my own assistants when I pull an assistant. So Antumbra Assault has less utility than usual. It's competing with something I can already do. Making of is less interesting when I have Primordium. I'm gonna skip. I mean, I can't really play around Pseudoscience when I'm not playing Superfood. Forevermore doesn't do anything when I'm not playing Superfood, and Overworked Assistant would be a more interesting unit if I were playing Superfood. Damn it. Overworked Assistant is probably good utility overall, though. I can see it helping me out a lot with Left Fever, too. This is going to help sweep a lot of nonsense. Okay. I have 2 Merchants of Steel. I want to check this Lazarus banner. Holy Seek, Ember Surge. Okay. The only thing that I can, like, the only thing that's on my mind about these units is, like, what they would do with Superfood. Let's see. So, Makeshift Golem probably looks really good if I get Cannibalize, I think. How do I feel about the Hulking Mass in general? Hulking Mass probably starts to look really good if I find the rare room, the Electricity Chamber. He looks better than Makeshift Golem in that circumstance. He functions really, really well with spikes. You know, under Aggressive Edible, he probably just gets enough attack value that he beats up anything in Relentless. That might be cleaner for the first boss, but I might want the Makeshift Golem for the smaller footprint. No, I mean, I think it's the beefy boy. Let's take a look at that. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty mid on those. But, I'm gonna Surge Stone Flame. Sometimes Holy Stone Mind Collapse is pretty good. If I get a Boiler Room, that sometimes becomes now. It's good with Fire's Greed, too. Let me try that. Emberstone is a way of making a Mind Collapse always do 3 damage, but the other stone I can get for that makes it always do 10 damage, which is better. I don't think I take Intrinsic. What do I feel about a reroll? I can reroll for the plus 10 Mind Collapse. It's my other guaranteed spell upgrade. Minus 2 Consume is my other guaranteed one, which I can take on a Secret Ingredient and feel good about. I'm feeling a little pressed right now to, like, find something that works better than what I have. Does Elibor kill me? If I get the right green concoctions and the Hulking Mass, the Hulking Mass probably just wins. Where does Primordium go? I think I need to play Hulking Mass bottom floor, Primordium with Meat Hook second floor. Yeah, I can win that configuration with 2 energy. I have an artifact that's doing nothing right now, and units that don't carry. So I'm in a bit of a panic state. Okay, Overworked Assistant should help here. Go on Plank. Where do I need the stats? I think I need the stats here. And then I Mind Collapse you. Do I want this unstable going off this turn? No. I want it going off next turn. It's gonna go off this turn anyway. Whatever. I messed up a little bit there. Okay, it's a potion kit. I think I want to not take this 10 damage. Probably blink you. I don't think that I think that morsel jeweler is valuable here. And we need to start a brew. I want to be on green. I need to get this out of the way. Okay, I think I need to find spikes with at least one reanimate. That's good stats. I mean, gotta hand it to aggressive edible for doing what it does. There's one spikes. There's one reanimate. Gave me a morsel. Awesome. Boss next wave. I think we go for a big green concoction. Get a lot of value here, and we hope that we are strong enough that this finishes. Do I blink or just go for secret ingredients? Spear Steward's really valuable here. Yeah, that was a really good blink. That is highly relevant stats. Spear Steward is more valuable than a secret ingredient. Wish that was reanimate too, but this is probably okay. Big difference in damage. I think we kill him second more now. Like, Elibor under Fire Dampener has to be taken very seriously. We got it. Actually, Mind Collapse here for a bit of health back. Take the Vengeful Shards for damage for money. Oh, whoops. I'm not supposed to change his ability. That's fine, though. We were saved. But I'm not supposed to put that on him. Because I wanted to... in a lot of cases, I want to throw the days. Perils makes me feel better. Perils makes me feel so much better. Sanguine Assistant onto Primordium is probably good. We already have the potion kits to put on Primordium, and the potion kits are already doing pretty good work. I think there are other reasons to take Sanguine Assistant, though, right? Is Pseudoscience that much better? We just took a Calcified Ember. I don't want more of them right now. Let's do this. Okay. It's 110% the Merchant of Steel. Holy shit, I can't, like, emphasize that enough. Okay. Immortal Stone onto the Overworked Assistant is an interesting idea. That needs to be said. Large Stone Meat Hook is actually pretty good, too. Shadow Eater. I guess Primordium can also trigger Shadow Eater, but it doesn't work against Savagery Seraph. This is too slow. Does this Crucible Collector do anything? He's a marginally better unit to eat from Primordium. Okay. What configuration gives us the most busted event outcome? Okay. So, the big bad event outcomes that we need to be thinking about right now are Inscription Event Reanimates. So there's Inscription Event Reanimates, Inscription Event Fecundity, Rage Event. Like there's Savagery Event for permanent rage stacking. There's Dominion Event, which gets us either the summon, the melee spell weakness, or the corruption. So the corruption is most valuable in a sweeper, generally speaking. The melee spell weakness also tends to like to be on a sweeper. but it works. Either of those work pretty well with dualism, which we're not seeing right now. The large stone and the immortal stone are good enough that I probably don't re-roll for dualism, although dualism is obviously incredibly powerful right now. I think I'm probably taking the large stone onto Meat Hook, because this unit just becomes really stable if he has a good health value. And he works against flying enemies for almost the rest of the game without getting a lot of extra stuff. Immortal Overworked Assistant probably doesn't do enough unless I hit a room. But I can hit a room, and then I think that becomes really strong. He starts accruing a lot of stats. Primordium starts putting in more work. Our Merchant of Arms is here with an armory, too. I usually prefer this Forgotten Boons, which gives us another Celestial Alcove check. Is there any way I can put these upgrades on the same unit? I don't think so. Doesn't seem great for us to do that. See, if I had taken the Extinguish Armor Goon over the Hulking Mass, I could put Eternal Stone on him and feel so comfortable about it. Do we need to large stone the Crucible Collector instead for bigger stats? Nah, I don't think so. This is really annoyingly hard to figure out how to optimize. What if the true game plan here is that we're doing, like, large stone, immortal stone, and then we're duplicating stuff? And our actual out here is just to fill up the train with an insane number of overworked assistants. Because we could find Mirror Event, and then 5x, like, large, immortal, overworked assistants, and then just throw spells down the train until we win. That sounds like the likeliest to function game plan out of everything I've mentioned. Because the large overworked assistant, the large immortal overworked assistant can get the, he can get the, so he can play well on Inscription Event. Belatra Event doesn't matter. He can play into the Rage Event and get permanent Rage, and that's fine. It's strong. It's certainly strong enough. He can play into the Mirror Event. Yeah, let me do that. Okay. I'll have to see if I have solved the puzzle with that one, or if I'm just, like, trying too hard for nothing. I think I'm going to damage shield the Meat Hook. This is pretty efficient on Meat Hook. Do I want a Strength Stone? We need our stewards to go. They're overstaying their welcome. It's like Hulking Mass, Meat Hook, Crucible Collector, Primordium is already taking up like 2 whole floors of space. I think I just move on. Damn it. This is trivial. Actually, there was another chance for this to win if it just gave me the stupid, like, Lazarus Tome. It's probably really strong. So if I get the Superfood Primordium, he feeds the Fragile, and I don't have a good Reanimate setup to play through Fragile. Unnamed Tome is always strong. The Tome of Contracts would reduce the Brew cooldown. It's normally 3, so it'd take it to 2. That's not a game changer, so it's going to be Stygian. So the things we've hit here are very mediocre. I think this unit doesn't carry either way. Like, I don't think that unit goes crazy enough to win the game for us. Alright. We got mass. I'm confident the meat hook goes in the top floor. I think the hulking mass probably tanks on the bottom floor. Process of elimination puts him there. Who is Primordium feeding? I think we feed the Crucible Collector. So we got the immediate potion kit. I like that there. Okay, hook hand you every time you show up. So I'm going to check my brew first. Blue brew is what I wanted. I'm going to use blue brew to take care of this so that I can focus on plinking the boss. We hit him with the non-damaging plink first so that we can throw this plink out once these guys are up. So it's lethal for us. It's possibly lethal for them. Meat Hook takes care of all of that pretty decently. It's going to take him a little bit of time. He got his mass down to 9 from 11. We're okay there. That's fine. I don't have anything I can super easily perils. I think what we do here is probably overworked assistant. I think I probably need to send the perils. Let me do this first. Check a brew. Right, red brew. Ooh, red brew. I think we slam red brew into Primordium immediately. So it's a little difficult to make him explode while he's large. He will hit that point in a bit. And he can definitely hold a higher unstable value. Don't think there's ever a case where we saps. More of a question of where are we using this. I don't see a way of outing the miss screen right now. Please send this to start building the unstable. And I'm going to play this here. Take 1 damage. Okay. We never want to silence the Flesh Weaver, because he'll stop losing fleshlings if we silence him. Okay, send this. I will take a Blast Infusion, pretty sure. Yep. It's up to Unstable 12. We could go up to Unstable 21 if we Blast Infusion in here. That should cause him to pop, which kills this Lurking Miscreant. Good enough. I want to silence this Lurking Miscreant. Since he's popping, he'll also get a Fleshling out. And he is killing a lot of stuff there. We want to daze the boss. Blink, get us at least 1 Fleshling out. Yeah, so he's popping, he's doing good work. Is there a case where I want his unstable to be higher? I think it's fine as is. I want this out for the Gorge. Where am I putting the Sanctum System? The answer is wherever it fits. Yeah. And I get the 2. I think I'm just going to put him back there. I want to probably Mind Collapse at 1 to remove another mass, but we're going to be fighting the boss at 6 mass, which happens a lot with more mass, as one might expect. I think with this, we fish for spikes. Actually, if I can get spikes on the Crucible Collector, we do deplete 1 more mass. Have it there. I think we're keeping the Calcified Ember then. Alrighty then. So Vampire's Tooth probably goes in the Crucible Collector here. So let me do this, and then pop the Miscreant. Then I think we hold this to next turn. What are we looking at? Not doing nearly enough damage. Okay. Safely play this. Send the blink. Okay. Do that there. I think we're dropping this to get more explosions. So this hulking mass is really not doing a lot. Drop that. Don't need to play this, so send that. Okay. I think in the next round we just play this guy as a tank in front of our Lifestealer, and we win the fight. Gives me enough energy to play the Calcified Ember. I should have checked that before I played some stuff to see if I wanted to Mind Collapse, but I think removing the Calcified Ember is better than gaining the 3 or 4 health. Hey, everybody finally showed up. It was really quiet earlier tonight. I was not seeing anybody on. I think we're going Retch with Primordium. Hell yeah. Retch up our Primordium. There's just nothing seems stronger than that. I don't think I'm playing Shadow Eater. I don't actually like any of these. Moving on. Okay, what the heck do we want in terms of this? I feel like it probably has to be... Jeez, I really don't know. Is it energy? Why? Why would it be energy? No, it feels like it's probably card draw so that we can Spell Sling. So I think we're trying to Spell Sling into Overworked Assistant and then, like, do Spell Assistant duplicating shenanigans, and then we're going to have to play through our own Endless. We have our first Empyrean Well here, which keeps us off the Merchant of Arms. We're trying to find rooms, but I think it's the Limbo Solace anyway. Alright. So, we have kind of Celestial Alcove optimized right now. There are definitely some rooms that make us a lot stronger. But I think I need to hit an event on this Overworked Assistant to feel good about this run. What are my trinket options? Judge's Scale, Departure Manifest. So maybe we set up Departure Manifest into, like, playing the Overworked Assistant deployable. It doesn't do a lot for us. It does a little bit. I might be trying to feed Primordium to the Overworked Assistant, too. That's a possibility. Alright, let's think about our champion upgrade. We don't want Stalwart Snack while we have Retch, so we're just going Aggressive Edible all the way. This is a really weird run, man. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Well, I know what I'm doing here is we are going to fertilize the seed, and we're going to use this to create a shitload of copies of the guy. We kind of just need to remove everything else from our deck now. You know, I think there are Judge's Scales setups that I use here to try and get the Overworked Assistant. Yeah, we're doing some weird stuff. This is completely new technology that we're going to pioneer for a moment. Can we play this at 2 energy? Maybe. This is so weird. Okay, so we got the overworked assistant. That's the most important thing. I hate this interface. They did not set this up so that you can, like, discard multiple cards. I only have 3 energy for deployment. What are we deploying? We're deploying the overworked assistant. We're feeding Primordium to the overworked assistant, which sounds a little crazy. The hulking mass is Dunzos. I'm just going to put out these 3 guys. Theoretically. We got a Perils of Production. It's pretty funny. So, I think the long-term plan is we're doing, like, multiple overworked assistants on the bottom floor where we're spell slinging to blow things up. I mean, that's my bottom floor game plan. Am I actually feeding Primordium to this guy, or am I feeding Primordium to something else? That's the big question I'm stuck on at the moment. What does the Sanguine Assistant do? It's funny. I'm gonna use these. I'm gonna take damage from these Vengeful Shards during deployment to get gold. That is the amount of gold I would like to have. All of the gold. I'm gonna feed him to see what it's like. I need to know. I need to know. Which means he needs to stand at the front. Fuck. Okay. That doesn't matter very much. Probably don't want a Perils here. Locks me off too many plays. I'm gonna just send this to get more unstable early. I think I'm just playing these boys. Actually, is the meat hook part of the game plan anymore? I feel like the meat hook is maybe not important, and I play the Sanguine Assistant here. There are a number of patterns where I kill off my own Sanguine Assistant early and help. Wrong mix. Show me blue. Thank you. Wanted it for that. Is it Plink or Secret Ingredient? Secret Ingredient. I should have put that blue on my Sanguine Assistant. That was a mistake. I can Mind Collapse my Sanguine Assistant here, which means I should Perils my own Sanguine Assistant as well to play a bigger Mind Collapse and gain more health. I think I play the Secret Ingredient in between, but maybe I don't, and I just send it now on the Mind Collapse. See, I send it on the Mind Collapse because I get 2 energy back, and I can Secret Ingredient, like, off of the sap floor. Gets me a blast on the Profane Supplicant. Where are we playing this? Vampires 2. I do need this guy to be more hurt. Let me do that, and then we'll look for a draw off the top that lets me kill him on the top for 29 damage. That's theoretically doable. There are ways. It's like 16 damage right now. Pretty sure I have to Mind Collapse the Supplicant. If I want to kill him, I have to dig for rooting. Ooh. Root Concoction's pretty much the only way I deal with him right now. Let's check concoctions anyway. We want to check them here for unstable value. That's not what I wanted. Okay, he's exploding now, which is good. I might be able to check for Plink here. Cool. Send that. We'll leak this. He explodes, and that's what we want to see. I can only get days 1 out of this, so we still leak him. But I think we just send all this so that we only take 1 hit from him up top. Did I lose damage on him? Whatever. So we got that. I'm gonna throw that out there. So I can incant freely on this floor. 132 attack on him already. I'm gonna Primordium here for the rest. Do that. Yeah, I think we're mixing. Should be optimally green. There we go. Yeah, so we're just gonna fix up a green concoction to try and get reanimates to beat the boss. This is such a weird play pattern because there are so many, like, different ways of doing this stuff. It's like, I think I play Hulking Mass in front of him here, which is also strange. Yeah, there's a reanimate. We should be mind collapsing at 1. Not doing that much damage to the boss like this. It's Blink, Mind Collapse, Hulking Mass. We only do about 200. We do not have room to play him right now. Means I might need to kill off my Primordium to have room to play him. Do not have the tools to kill off Primordium, but we appear to win on the Crucible Collector here. Right. I need to refine this strategy more. This is so strange and rough. I do not know my best play patterns right now. It's really messing with me. Ooh, okay. I like both the Cannibalize and the Feast here. I'm taking Cannibalize. Okay, with Cannibalize, I have a better understanding of my play patterns. Risky Op also is very, very clean, so I can remove the penalties of this thing being so large. We take the Life Mother's Bloom. With this, now I start creating duplicates of the crazy guy. Do I need card removes, or do I need to check for a room? Checking for a room does a lot for me. Although I really want an Unstable Vortex. Let's go for room checks. Okay. Hold up. Wait a sec. Do I just play the entire game in an Inferno room? That works. We can't Primordium in the Inferno room, but we can do a lot of other bullshit. I think that totally works. And it's very good against Seraph. And there's the Reanimation Lab, too. We set the Reanimation Lab to deployable so it doesn't interfere with my Dante's footstool effect. I hope the Departure Manifest doesn't fuck that up. I think it doesn't. So, my understanding of Departure Manifest, I asked about this on the forum. You get your champion first, then you get your banner units, then you get other things with deployable. The thing is, I think Dante's Footstool might get blocked by Departure Manifest. We'll have to see how that plays. We're going to be putting a lot of weird stuff into our hands. If I can get another free room. I think it's Spell Sanctum. So if I take the Spell Sanctum... Shit, the Boiler Room's good, too. Now I have too many good things. This is crazy. So if I take... I think I take the Spell Sanctum and I put the Reanimation Lab at the top of the floor. Yeah. Okay. This is so weird. We're moving on. There's almost nothing else I can do with the Merchant of Arms that is good or matters. I can probably kill all that stuff on the Market Invasion. And I don't think it bothers me. Okay, so... maybe for this fight, we'll just Inferno Room the top floor. Discard that. Discard that. That. I see that I don't have my Eternal unit. I think I just ditch all these. Draw 7 from here. The Meat Hook is like a fallback in case things are really bad. We got the Overworked Assistant and the Reanimation Lab. So for this fight, I'm going to do that top floor to deal with the invasion. We're going to set up the Reanimation Lab here. And then in the Reanimation Lab, I'm going to play Overworked Assistant, Primordium, Ocean Kit, Secret Ingredient. Doesn't really matter what this is. I'm just buffing my Unstable, which is also the reason I shot my own unit. Okay. Start concocting. I want to bring out my own Sanguine Assistant. He's going to get some stats, which is actually an impediment. So this time I only have one Overworked Assistant to work with. So this fight, I'm going to set him up to reanimate. Which is not what I'll normally choose to do. Anything that leaks with less than 50 health doesn't matter. I could play the Meat Hook here, it doesn't matter much. Kind of a free plink, yeah. We'll do this, daze you, so I don't have to deal with your corruption. This is weird, but this is sound. This is like totally the play. Cleans my deck up. Dangerous levels of cooking. Okay, okay. Look at how stupid this is. We're gonna risky op him. Then we're gonna cannibalize him. He reanimates after cannibalizing. He is only stronger now. We throw these guys out. 44 Unstable's probably enough, but I guess we do more Secret Ingredients. Sure. Send your Unstable higher. I think I want to go green concoctions. Red instead? Sure, whatever. So he risky op lifesteals back at the full, but he got to die once in the middle of that. Link you for free. Let's see. Bring him in and start feeding him. Auction. Get blast. I actually need to be setting him up to explode. I'm a little behind on that. cast another spell. He's outpacing his own unstable a bit, but he's really damaging. Like, right now, he can just attack. He can just be an attacker, and it's not even bad. Let's see. Let's start cooking. What are we cooking? We got the boss coming in next wave. I think I just want to cook reanimates for my boy in front. Get a lot of unstable and a lot of reanimate on him. Sure, spikes is fine. This blink doesn't matter. Hulking mass doesn't seem to matter. I don't want perils anything either. Got unnamed tome for the boss. I don't really want to have corruption on my Crucible Collector. Okay, Quoto. We don't want to silence Quoto. So let me see. I'm gonna mind collapse my own Sanguine Assistant to retrieve the Vampire Tooth. I'm gonna mix ingredients for reanimates. Get reanimate 2. Decent. Put that there. We have a few too many units over here. It's going to prevent us from playing the Overworked Assistant. Is there a case where I want to block for a round? I don't think so. I think we just throw this guy out for spare damage, reduce the Titan skin. I'm going to do that, and then cannibalize him out of the way, so I can replay my giant, crazy, overworked assistant and kill. So that's funny. Blinks are also okay against Quoto, actually. I'll take more damage for more cash. Okay, the run gets sillier from here. Buckle in. I think I like Caven with this by quite a lot. It's going to help us control enemies. I can very easily play it on my second floor. More copies of Risky Operation are pretty good. Weaponized Prosthetic is okay. It's a little unreliable. I think I'm going to take more Risky Ops. It helped me kill off my guys. Then, we duplicate the Overworked Assistant. So, we want to play multiple Overworked Assistants. We could theoretically play them in an Inferno room, and it gets pretty funny. I need to make sure I'm getting enough Pyre Remains within the rest of the run. I like Unstable Vortexes a lot, so I'm almost certainly taking this. This is debatable. Could be anything. I think we want to go Merchant of Trinkets here. Should be good power. We can get removes. We like events a lot. How good is Abyssal Prism? Abyssal Prism can work with our perils. It can. I think it works with our concoctions, but I'm not sure. It's probably really good. I think Teeth of Gold is not very effective. It's just okay. It might be better if I had a Feast. So, going into Seraph, we need to be playing the Inferno room on the bottom floor. Reanimation Lab is probably on the top floor for most of these runs. On the Titans fight and the flying bosses, it's very easy to just do overworked assistance up top into the Reanimation Lab. It goes crazy. Yeah, I can take this. Void Fragment. Awesome. I really wanted that. Commemorative Spike is okay. It's definitely something. What's my other thing here? It's an event. Let me check the event. We get a free spike. Lazarus is optimal. Lazarus spike. Let's go. We can Abyssal Prism a Lazarus spike. It's really crazy. I'll take it first. Whatever. Oh, I need to take a card purge. This is still my cheap card purge. And we're at the point where our train stewards are, like, cancerous to our deck. We gotta get rid of those things. They're gonna crowd our hands through departure manifests and be really annoying. We can discard them with the judges' scales, which is cool. I don't think judges' scales is very strong, but some other people in the community were talking about it the other day seem to think it's very powerful. It just seems like it's really, really contextual for me. Like, even in this case where it's pretty strong, I think it's just okay. What else am I dropping? Okay. I have one overworked assistant already. I mean, I think my entire game plan is just fish for more assistants and go crazy. Because if I have assistant Primordium, aren't I already set? Yeah, I think it's just fish for another assistant. And I don't care if Primordium doesn't do something immediately. Yeah, we found 2 assistants. Okay. So the setup should be that we put 1 assistant up top with Primordium, and I'm going to put the other assistant down in the Inferno, and then we'll start buffing up his Unstable. And I might have these guys trade places, I think is the way to play this. I'm gonna throw this out because I don't need it. I'm going to throw you out because I don't want you. We'll keep Spike in the league, and we'll buff up your Unstable. This is just risky op cannibalize, isn't it? Is it each of those things in different places? Should I risky op Primordium? That probably doesn't matter now. This is so hard to optimize. Okay. Is the game plan to make the single largest overworked assistant possible? Yes, it is. Okay. We risky op. That hits the entire floor. Right. We need to make sure we never play Cannibalize first, because Abyssal Prism could make Cannibalize consume an entire floor of units, which is usually not going to be what we want to do. We do this, which sets him up to die, which means Primordium's not getting eaten this turn. That's fine. We want to stage these up for when we find a unit to sit on the second floor. And then we should be making ingredients. Let's Mind Collapse you for energy. I think this Fallen Executioner is getting to eat, because this Holy Cherub's not damaged enough. We found a Reanimate. Actually, he should Unstable Explode. I think that kills the Cherub. Looks like the Cherub died, but the unit did get to eat in time. He's got Spell Shield on it. So, you're dying. That's okay. Gonna put you back up here. I want to silence the boss. It's a little more unstable. We get to eat for the Crucible Collector. Unfortunately, it puts us out of the Calcified Ember, but we're not going to get too beat up about that. We move on. That was at least a simple turn. I have a cave-in option. I could actually cave in this floor. I don't think I'm gonna, though. We have another risky op play. I don't think I'm looking to cave in right now. This might be candy in the run. I think we're like really strong. If I risky op Perils, I can keep the Perils energy. He dies twice. So that's where we want to be. But that's only if I risky op him. Pretty sure I want to risky op here because it gives me better scaling. I only need his, yeah, Inferno Room will not kill him. Inferno Room allows him to trigger Unstable, but he won't die. And this guy, one of his reanimates gets chopped, then he cracks back and kills. Meaning his Unstable will not trigger. I do not want to redraw this unit. I think we move on. Alright, we can get a 3x Spike of the League. Is there anything else I really want to do? I mean, if I play other units, I can get rid of them. I don't really need to play the 3x Spike of the League on these two. It doesn't do that much. The Potion Kit... Can we just Potion Kit here? We drop the Spear Steward. We just prep a brew, and I'll get out some extra unstable damage. Oh, cool. We drew our Wretch with perfect timing. Okay, yeah, so the middle floor is like the normie floor, where we do regular things that make sense. I can play this Potion Kit. And the top floor is the floor where with our fighting assistant. And the bottom floor is the floor with our sacrificial assistants. We'll go for 2 or more sacrificial assistants. I don't appear to need more energy to pilot this. Let's see. I think I want to focus reanimates down here. Yeah. The reanimates are so weird, because these guys are endless, because I don't care if they die. Do I need to be more explosive up here? This Chosen Sniper's getting through. Sanguine Assistant plus a good Plink killed him. Plink was good. Cool. We're alright there. He goes on normie floor to hang out. Play this for unstable value and drop these guys. Him attacking loses a damage shield for me. That's fine. I probably need to consider if there's a point where I stop playing through Fire is Greed, but that time I think is not today. That, free target risky op is really cool. He gets killed if I do it, but it's fine. I need him to die sometimes. For value. Let's see. Let's brew. Maybe I want a damage shield somewhere? No, probably not. I was hoping Blink might drop that damage shield. No such luck. I want to play at least 2 of these down here for unstable purposes. I might want to do damage too. Sure. Throw that on him and it's fine. This time I have both of these guys in the same spot. Actually, we'll use Cave-In up here to prevent leaks. So I can play both of these guys down here. I'll actually just Spike of the League them, which will affect both of them. And they kill the boss. Oh, we actually, in an Inferno room, too. Although the Inferno room only triggers once at the start of the combat. It's mostly just the guy in the back who's doing the work here. And he just punches the boss to death with his big stats. Alright, forever consumed, Mix-a-Lot, Shroud Spike. Shroud Spike cannot target Penumbra, so it's kind of whatever. Mix-a-Lot is probably pretty good. I need to see if Mix-a-Lot can work with Abyssal Prism. I'm gonna take it. I think this is probably Heaven's Light. So I think we're operating pretty safely in terms of our energy. I keep duplicating the same guy. So the funny thing about removing Shield Stewards and Spear Stewards is that under Judges, I can just keep discarding them. So I think I removed Plinks, actually. I think Plinks are actually the better remove here. They're really, really bad. I can go to the Unstable Vortex and remove more Plinks. I can make another duplicate of my silly little guy. I think I need the Pyramanes. Rather, I don't need the Pyramanes, but I think the Pyramanes is the strongest thing I can pick. Do you want to give me Superfood? Okay, we have a Superfood option. I mean, I think the status effects just get super hilarious, right? Because I can, Abyssal Prism. This seems good. I'm gonna take it. Unstable Vortex, a pair of Plinks. These are pretty bad right now. I'm gonna look at this and think about it for a moment. Button's Maw is not good this time. Engine upgrade's not good. My rooms are spoken for. I think this is card purges or nothing. This is still a pretty cheap card purge, and it's well past time to be done with these points. So thinking about play pattern for a moment, my play pattern is to play a lot of overworked assistance, spam spells, and something is growing off of Primordium at all times. Unfortunately, I do not have a Feast in the deck to like grow faster, bigger. To grow bigger, faster. But we should just be swarming these guys and killing them off as quickly as possible. I'm not super confident about being able to play through Heaven's Seal, I don't think. I think our damage is a lot more gradual than that in a lot of cases. This almost certainly makes us leak some stuff, and I think we don't need to do that. So, the thing about this run right now is that we definitely scale, we definitely defend, but our scaling's very weird. I'm going to hold the Crucible Collector this time. Okay. Those are the parts of the play pattern that I understand very well. The rest, I don't understand so much. I think I start with the Overworked Assistant up here so we can get the scaling working immediately. We can do a risky op from turn 1. We can actually force him to unstable. I can generate energy off of this. Yeah, we'll send it there. So he's gone to 4273. Then I can play him up here into Spike of the Legion. Hits all 3 of these. Prevents me from cannibalizing, but I can't cannibalize first anyway. Actually, I could cannibalize this Morsel Miner. I think I just don't want to. Let's see. We set up a Goliath. And then I think what we do next... So... Okay, yes. Our mixes can cleave with Abyssal Prism. Which I think means that our optimal play this turn is to make a really big mix. Rage into Mix-a-Lot. Do this. Nice Rage 16 and then some other stuff. Looks pretty good. Now, if I Risky Op, he can Unstable. I can Mind Collapse him, which gets me my energy back. Just Risky Op him again. I don't see why not. And Stable pops again. So we just continue to faff about and scale him. We got Pyre Hunted. This Overworked Assistant can prevent future Pyre Huntings. Let's see. There's a possibility I Mind Collapse this floor to collect the Extinguisher, and then we give up on the Crucible Collector. I seem to need more scaling to kill this guy. Drop that in. I think I definitely do that to prevent Fire Hunts. Let's see. Let me just check Secret Ingredient outcomes. I'm gonna get some Unstable here. Blast Infusion. How close are we to killing this guy? He attacks, triggers Unstable. I trigger Unstable at end of round. This unit's not going back on top of the deck ever because he's got too much Reanimate. Okay, that kills. Cool. We're also technically exploding. We're theoretically exploding Primordium, but he gets eaten first. Also, he's got Reanimate, so he could explode and it doesn't make him die. But the Reanimates on him getting eaten by the Overworked Assistant make this a pretty much immortal unit. Yeah, we're going to cave in this floor. I don't really need this floor as much as I want this Collector. Wretch does almost nothing, but I'll take an Unstable for it. I'm going to hold this for Rax. Oh, we do get Pyre Hunted because that unit dies. Of course we do. Let's see. Do I need to play him here to block Pyre Hunts, or do I need to just make the floor work faster? I certainly don't want to get Pyre Hunted, so let me just do this. Because I'd have to send the Unnamed Tome out to block Pyre Hunting in another way. I don't want these guys to be here. Cramping my style. I don't have the mechanism to kill 3 units here, as is. I need to be building more Unstable. My Unstable count is nowhere near good enough. Overworked Assistant on the bottom floor right now just dies. This isn't enough damage. Do I need to play this fight differently? I think I might be in the realm of needing to play this fight differently. What do I do? This is such a weird setup where there are so many different ways to play. It's like... Okay. So we could presumably get out 2 potion kits and try to mix like a rooting concoction for 1. I don't think that's really enough right now to get things to work. Should I be focused on trying to beat Rax and Relentless right now? I should just be blocking these amalgams. I lose the capacity to kill off my units in this floor. It's a damn good thing I didn't take the Heavens thingamajig. Too much Reanimate to die. Okay, I think my conclusion here is I do not have enough Unstable, and I need to be maximizing Unstable a lot more. So let me try to maximize both Unstable and the stats on these units. I'm going to play him as a sacrifice so that I can Carols for energy. let me just send this out for stats. And then try to brew for instability. I can throw this out without burning my Abyssal Prism. So now with this, I put Unstable on all 3 of my units, which is nowhere near enough. Okay. I want to try doing this fight differently. How do I want to do this fight? So I want to do probably the same discard pattern. I think the discard pattern was correct. Let me just assume that I don't want normal units, and that my entire game plan is to maximize Reanimation Lab Overworked Assistance. Because I just need to be way, way, way bigger. Hold up. I didn't play the Reanimation Lab. That's bad. Do I need to focus Risky Op or Spike of the Legion here? I think Risky Op is more important. Unless I never want to redraw these. Let's try it like this. I have a couple of turns before the units show up that threaten to kill me. Let me just try and make the attack values on this top floor really goddamned high. I'm going to play into Superfood very heavily, too. Okay. This is not able to block Pyre Hunting here. He could block Pyre Hunting on the second floor, so I'm going to let him do that, and I'm going to let him also, like, eat some units while we're at it. But mostly, we just want to make really insane brews. Let's build up our Unstable for a sec. If I play too much Unstable this turn as my first card on this floor, it'll just make Primordium start popping Reanimates. As long as he has more Reanimates than he does Eaten, it's fine. I had to think about that for a moment. We'll go up to Unstable 50s. Front unit can't die from this. Middle unit will take some deaths. He'll start building stats. Dying is good. Dying is what we want. Mind Collapse you for energy so that I can Mind Collapse you for health. Okay. This is a cave-in turn, so we can collect the Collector. What else do we want to do? Probably keep Secret Ingredienting. Cave-in, he gets killed, we get the Collector. We're going to get Pyre Hunted twice. There's not much to say about it. I'll take Rage. We'll play a Sanguine Assistant and Rage all these guys. We kill the Avowed Gladiator. We get Pyre Hunted for 10. I'm gonna bring you back here. Wretch. Primordium's back again. Okay, so these guys are going upstairs. We're not doing anywhere near enough damage right now. Primordium does not have reanimates, which makes Blast and Fusion a bit more dangerous to work with. But I think I need this to do enough damage. Also, Unstable of that value doesn't trouble Primordium. Okay. He is exploding now, which I probably need to be the case. Exploding gives him stats. Okay, Cannibalize is interesting. I'm probably cannibalizing this assistant. I think I need to mix a lot first. Found a Goliath infusion for Rage 12. This needs to Prism. We're still not killing either of these amalgams, so we're going to take a bunch of damage from leaking. But we're hitting pretty hard now. We've got lifesteal on these guys as well. So he's healing back up. I don't think he's going to keep exploding. Which is maybe contrary to what I want. I don't know. This is the floor where we eat morsels. I want him to eat these, so I think I'm going to preserve him for a turn with a meat hook. These guys Pyre Hunt us, and these guys leak. So we're taking damage. Ow. That was a lot of damage. These guys Pyre Hunt us too. Okay, if I risky op these, it makes Primordium explode, and I can't bring him back. So I think that's not the play. This guy has 1 damage shield. Still be a good candidate for risky op. If he dies, it means I can play him on the bottom floor when Rax shows up if I want to do that, which I might want to do. Let me play this as a freebie. Yeah, I'd probably rather have him dead here. My only shot to play the Ember. I'll keep dead in Fusion. Okay. I cannot... I don't have the Descend effect. Cannibalize on this unit does 125 damage to these guys. But if I cannibalize him, everything on this row dies. I think I unname Tome Rax and then don't play anything here so that he moves upstairs without triggering anything. I think we make a Concoction, play the Overworked Assistant, and Abyssal Prism the Concoction. Then I cannibalize you, which kills both enemies on that floor. Which means I'm not getting Pyre Hunted. And because these guys are not killing this unit, I'm not getting Pyre Hunted here. Because these are silenced, I'm not getting Pyre Hunted here. Then I do this. This unit gets killed by the Inferno Room, so he does not cause an issue. I could also play him here to do damage, but I don't think I want to. Okay. If I Mind Collapse my own units for 3, I trigger some Reanimates, and I think I might heal for 12. That works that way. That's very helpful. I think this risky op causes him to explode an extra time, which kills both the amalgams. I think I want Rax to the front. He gets to eat from Primordium at least once. I think depending on my configuration, we actually push out a lot of damage here. The lifesteal is very meaningful. Okay. Yeah, that pushes a lot of damage. Because he gets to eat all of these guys. It looks like he gets to eat Primordium completely, which is a ton of stats. I'll use this. Yeah, that guy's actually dying, but I can replay him anyway. He almost wins there. We do get Fire Hunted. Okay. So I think the way to play this is actually to Mind Collapse my own units again. Let me see if I can do that and still win the fight. Because this is 12 health. Hell yeah. I'm going to play this too. This is so weird. I took so much damage. I took 60 damage that fight. Alright. It's Furnace Tap. Right? I don't have an answer to Ember Drain. I have an Merchant of Magic with an Unstable Vortex, but it makes me skip the Pyre Remains. I can Furnace Tap Abyssal Prism. I don't think I can actually do that safely, though. Umberstone does not remain through Endless. Statuses do not remain through Endless. Only stats do. Plus attack, plus defense. I don't think I can take this because I don't have an Ember Drain play out. I don't need Horrify. Horrify is a defensive spell. I don't need Defend. I need more offense. More offense is more overworked assistance. Imagine I did that the wrong way and I, like, purged one instead of duplicating. That'd be so bad. Dropping a secret ingredient. That's probably correct, yeah. Yeah. We need the Pyre Remains above all else. Took a beating that last fight. Frenzy Stone, Dualism. So, the non-dualismed overworked assistants do not really put out the amount of damage they need to, and they're getting enough stats from the reanimation lab that enlarging them isn't great. I might have actually gotten more out of them just by giving them more attack. It's been a very weird run. Let me look at my trinkets. Nefarious Overflow is probably... This is like a godsend, right? Crystallized Wing into the Mind Collapses and the Spike of the League might help. I think that might help. Might help is probably good enough. Golden Idol sucks and doesn't matter. Heir of the Hybrid does not do enough, I think. Okay. Dualisming the Meat Hook is pretty strong. It's either that or we're looking at multi-strike. I think we do that. I think that's fine. I think I do this because it puts a little more damage in somewhere. I think I'm going to remove one more secret ingredient, and then we just got to send it and hope that we have done well enough. Hope that we will do well enough. This is really, really confusing. Okay, as before, I'm going to discard all of my normie cards. Try and get as many overworked assistants and buffs as possible. Okay. The Inferno Room and the Reanimation Lab need to go out. I'm going to play Primordium with 2 assistants right away. Yeah, let's Spike of the League, all 3 of these guys. The Mind Collapse gets permafrosted. I am probably sending it on a first turn Mind Collapse, right? We'll play you here. Play that. Prep that. That kills the Morsel Miner. That gives me 12 health. It doesn't kill Primordium. It doesn't get a Slay. It does get a Slay, so I get energy back. Because it kills the Morsel Miner in the back. Means I can play this Potion Kit. Brew up another Reanimate for next round. Get a Spear Steward out of the deck. I play this for Unstable. Okay. I'm going to copy Risky Op rather than the thing here. Need to die more. Money's no longer useful to us, so we want to play Vengeful Shards when we can. I think the Crucible Collector is a mediocre play here. Let me see. I think I need to play him to get more damage with Gladiator. Same logic. Sanguine Assistant comes out. Okay, we're killing the Avowed Gladiator. That's huge. Okay, I don't think I want to cannibalize this whole floor. It's the melee weakness here that's causing a problem, right? Do that. So I can cannibalize just you. And I think I play a Hulking Mask, which is a good blocker. We let him die so that we can feed the Crucible Collector. Feed him for all he's worth. Get that out. Let's start concocting. Blast. How do I feel about Blast? I feel pretty good about blasting. I like it less when it does damage in this configuration. And I really don't want the Frostbite. I don't want to redraw that Blink. How do we feel about silencing Seraph? I think later. I'm cool with him doing damage. Funnily, the guy on the front line eats the melee weakness from Primordium. So he's actually super fragile, but it's fine. Let me actually just play this to the nerd in the front. We need a lot of Unstable to be out at all times, so that we continue to clear from the top floor. Okay, let's see. These guys are under threat of death. Yep, as expected. Bring you out. You out as a blocker. Let's get risky. Not getting enough damage out. Perils? Okay. That has somehow been enough. um, get reanimates on the Crucible Collector. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Okay. I probably need to silence the boss here. I think I'm taking too much damage. Let's see. I need that Chosen Assassin to die. Put our finger on the scale a little bit. So when he gets paired up with a Harpist Protector, the Inferno Room doesn't kill him. Okay, top floor's clearing, top floor's dying, they're scaling. More scaling, please. Please scale more. Right, get 2 overworked assistants out. I have a cave-in option. Do I want to cave in and then play the overworked assistants up top, and then start scaling them? If I was going to do that, surely the answer is to instead play 1 overworked assistant, then cave in. And then, like, work with it. If these guys aren't killing themselves, I think that becomes a problem. It's not like I have holdover cave-in to just hold the game hostage. I think let's just kind of get messy with it. Having these guys on the Spell Sanctum floor is probably good. In most cases. Sanguine Assistant is getting killed. I think I like that. I'm gonna get these up here, I think. I just need to, like, find room to play things and play more things. I will feel better the more things I can play. That's the current thinking. Stacked up with a bunch of bullshit. I have 4 units in the pile. I need to play some cards before I retch. I'd rather not have you attacking. Rather not, thanks. I think this creates a scenario with 3 overworked assistants here. We create a scenario where if we're not killing this floor, we're not doing well enough. Maybe goes without saying. I think we do need Primordium in hand, so we can just get him out here and risky op into Primordium. Makes us explosive. We do not appear to be explosive enough. So I would imagine what we do is risky op again, and then, like, cannibalize to explode, but the damage isn't high enough. We need to be cannibalizing on the floor where we have 58. I cannot do that cave-in. I think that cave-in is not playable. I just lose too many opportunities to scale my units by killing them. Because they're not in the reanimation lab anymore, and they need to be there. Thank you all for your patience. It's like... this run is messing with my head. This is the most complicated configuration I have played. Alright. I want to do the same start for the health. And then we bring in the Void Assistant. Yeah, I can get him to work sometimes. It's just a really weird setup. We're, like, trying to scale enough for this all to work out. My best ever run with overworked assistance was a Elite run. I'm going to play this here. Then I do that, I hold that for next turn, and I play this for damage. I just need these guys to die a lot. Like, more than there are actually enemies around to kill them. So we just get them to die by risky opping them. I'm not unnamed toming yet. I've already prismed, so we don't want a madman. We send it with that. Okay, we're killing this guy. Rose. I hate it. I need to make a concoction and play it so that I get the prism trigger. I need prism to be triggered before I can cannibalize this guy. Gets him out of the way so that I can play the hulking mass. Okay. Then I think I need to be feeding the Crucible Collector. Feed him anything. It's all fine. Go Potion Kit. I do have room for one thing here. One morsel. Let's drop Antumbra. I don't really need the health total, though. Consume the Plink. Do not put this in my deck. Brew. I think I don't want to hold these. I might need to kill off one of my guys at the top floor to do enough damage. Let's see. I've got 2 overworked assistants in hand. I think I need to make... I think I was making a mistake before. I think I need to not play these in the front on that floor because they become too much of an obstacle. We definitely risky op here. Now we explode, makes those guys die. Cool. This guy's getting killed, so I can freely perils. Mix a lot. Spikes. I think we're putting it on the Crucible Collector here. I don't want him to die. I don't need to unnamed tome, so I think we don't unnamed tome. Then Mind Collapse there. That's the same as last round. The last attempt, rather. I don't hate these puzzle runs where I have to re-roll a lot. They're interesting in a different way. Okay. I think it's risky op into Cannibalize here. You should be coming out here. That's pretty simple. Risky op those 3. Cannibalize him for an unstable damage. Put out 2 guys here. I want a higher attack value on this overworked assistant. This is a spare. We're not getting the meat hook out. I think I don't want to redraw that, so get rid of him. Okay. Ultimately, so long as I'm clearing everything that hits the top floor, I'm just going to live with it. That's where I have settled on this fight. Keep the top floor clear. How many assistants does Primordium need? That's a good question. Okay. These risky ops have been really good. We're still not quite killing that Gladiator. Wretch. We bring in Primordium here. Let's silence. Keeps the Crucible Collector alive. We're about 90 short. Rage 16. Can this get the job done? Ooh, close. Let's get Blastier. My Kaboom is not quite earth-shattering enough. I don't want to redraw any of these. Wait. One more brew. Sure. So every brew we grab is another 12 unstable on this floor. And that 12 unstable turns into 24 damage because we've got Nefarious Overflow. We cleared the top floor again. protect the floor. We're not clearing everything here. Let's get Blastier. I'm not sure if any of these guys are being killed. We're at 60 unstable here, so that's the closest one to getting there. If I reduce their health, maybe we're looking closer to it. So this also gains me 9 health. You're being killed, so I can perils you. Oh, hold up. I need to perils before I do that so I can gain more health. No, wait. No, if I perils... Never mind. If I perils, if I perils, it prisms the floor, and then I Ember Drain to death. Not immediately, but in the next couple turns, I lose on Ember Drain in that case. Prism is so interesting. But that definitely happens. This happens. Let's do this again. I am going to do this. Then I'm going to blast you, which puts his unstable over his threshold. We're still not killing a terrifying amount because it's too healthy. I'm still going to do this. I get you out here. Get rid of you. I guess I'm going to send the Mind Collapse on him. I can't get him under a 200 health threshold, so we're going to take about 12 from him. Thankfully, we healed for 9 just now, so... Wait. Okay, yeah. It's like, how are my units at full health? Oh, yeah, I didn't risky op this turn. Didn't draw the risky op this time. No, that was 18 damage. Okay, we're moving to Relentless. Looks like we can Mix-a-Lot Double Secret into a Prism. See the damage shield. We're not clearing. We're not killing this guy in the back. And that's worth, like, 40 damage if he gets through. He's not exploding because he got too healthy, which is a really fun sentence to say. We should retch first. We get to play this guy. Worth a little more damage. Let me do this. So now he goes up and deals about 18. And, this will make him only deal... this should make him only inflict 9, because he should only hit us once now. Okay. We're in really dire straits. Mind Collapse doesn't slay because of the damage shields. Not on this floor. Mind Collapse does slay on this floor, on these 2 units. Which means it refills me for a good amount. So if I play that there, I can then bring in the Meat Hook afterwards. I could also bring in the Meat Hook beforehand, who damage shields the Mind Collapse. I could play Mind Collapse onto 5 targets then at 2 energy. 5 targets at 2 energy for 10 health, or 4 targets at 3 energy for 12 health. If I perils onto these 4, I gain 12 energy, which then Mind Collapses for about 15, right? Yeah. So the Mind Collapse is better if I perils. Send it. Wait. I should Meat Hook first there. Sorry. We Meat Hook Perils, Mind Collapse on the Sweeper, which should give us a decent Relentless round. And then I can play the Risky Ops on the top floor for more damage. The Risky Ops should also cause... Actually, no, the units probably lifesteal back up before they unstable. It's going to be a little tricky, but I am going to do this. Into this. Into this at 17. So we gain 17 health. I'm going to hook the boss. We're killing both of the Pyre Hunters. That's good. Okay. How do we play out the Risky Ops here? Get the feeling we Risky Op the units with high health. But it doesn't look like it changes much. It doesn't really change the forecasts. Because they're not gonna unstable pop when they're attacking into when they're attacking in with lifesteal. They're not gonna cause unstable to happen. Unfortunately, only the one at the front has a good attack value, because the rest are not dying often enough. This guy's maximum health is currently 87. His 97 unstable is higher. This guy's maximum health is 82. He's got 69. So I can give him another 9, getting him up to 70-something. This guy's health is way too high. This is the closest to mattering. Do a little bit more damage. We're going to take 12 from this unit. 13 because of the Vengeful Shard. I really got to see what the Relentless round looks like. I have no idea. I think we have enough damage shield and reanimate that we beat this guy black and blue silly. Yeah, he's super, super dead. And I didn't draw anything to give me more health. So, it is what it is. Do that, technically speaking. These two. Okay. So we're going to find out if we can beat Titans with 37 health and a dream. 37 health, a dream, and weird Holy Stone shenanigans. Basically where we're at. We're going to duplicate the Holy Stone Mind Collapse, because it's going to be the only thing that keeps us goddamn alive. Haven was kind of unplayable that fight, but I need to hold it because I want the mastery really badly. I want it, you guys. I really want it. And I think I dropped a secret ingredient. Okay. This is going to be really, really tough. I do not think I win fast enough. But it's not savagery that clocks me out of the fight. It's a mix of entropy and dominion. I do not think I can play the entropy shards, so I think I get cooked by entropy shards this fight with this health total. It's also possible that I get Pyre Hunted to death. Discard all the normies. Okay. Inferno. Animation. Let's get with the overworking. Look, if I do this in a different order... yeah, I'm gonna actually do that a little differently. Hold on. This is the point when I should have realized with Cannibalize in hand. The way I want to play this is Overworked Assistant, Cannibalize, Primordium. Overworked Assistant, Ocean Kit, lots of morsels. Sanguine Assistant. I think he cannot eat these during deployment. I wish he could. But you know, since he can't eat those during deployment, how much of a shame that is, I think I Mind Collapse them all. Bringing my health total to 58. Health isn't real. You fools. You foolish fools. Spike of the League for 12, baby. Let's Spike of the League for 12 onto him, so that my units get to eat 12 reanimate stacks. Then I think we perils you, because you're going to die, so it doesn't cost us anything. Let me risky op you, because I don't need you to live. Looks like he's going to catch a bunch of reanimates. Risky op Primordium. Brumia Blast. I really cannot leave these cards in hand, I don't think. Okay. You might be cooking. If I perils before doing the mind collapse, then the perils gets prismed instead of the mind collapse, and I think it turns out worse for a few reasons. It doesn't. It generates energy, so I could do the plays afterwards. But if I perils and then mind collapse, I don't have energy for more plays during the turn, and I think that's a case where I need to play more stuff. Okay, so he's got 12 reanimates, and to get this guy 12 reanimates. Play Fire Lights and the Spell Sink floor every time. I Mind Collapse for 9 health. Blast infusions. Get mad. Bottom floor is currently under control. Okay. Gaining like 29 health in the first couple of turns makes me feel better about this fight. This looks to me like it's a triple cannibalize. Because all these units reanimate, and they'll all get stats. Oh, unstable. I was like, how did I just do so much damage? Oh yeah, the same mechanic I've been using this whole stupid time. I should play more of the hand before I do that, as my hand is too crowded. This is the most restarts. I think this is the most rewinding I've ever done. Okay. Play that first. I cannot play the Madman Infusion too early. I can play this. I'm comfortable making the infusion taller. I think I can play this. I'm fine with playing the Wretch right now. We'll play the Vengeful Shard. Actually, I think it might be the Mix-a-Lot with Cannibalize. No, I can't do that. I cannot cannibalize the top floor if I do that. And I want to cannibalize these three. There we go. There. Do I want to feed these guys one? Not really. I want to prioritize the attack damage. I don't want to have more. I think Primordium actually got killed once there. He's in my eaten pile, right? Yeah, okay, good. Whew! If Primordium ever goes to the consume pile, I think we lose. I want Unnamed Tome to block Curses of Entropy. They're the most dangerous thing to me right now, I think. Do I care about room for Primordium, or do I want a third assistant there? I think I care about Primordium space. You should be sitting there. We should mix a lot. And then prism the Mix-a-Lot. 23 reanimates. Cool. If only there was an endless round involved. There's not, so whatever. At least we get to play every Firelight. That's really good. Very, very important. You are being alive. I can Mind Collapse onto 2 units for 6 health. If I play the Spear Steward, then Mind Collapse for 2, it is the same amount of health. I think he should be dazed. We damage him less if he's dazed because we don't unstable pop, but I think it's fine. It is the same amount of health, but I get rid of a Spear Steward, and I get more energy back off of the Slag. So this should be correct. Then I am Mind Collapsing something else somewhere. I think we throw this onto Dominion or Savagery. Let me do Dominion. Okay, this turn, Firelight gives an Ardent buff. We might be fine with that. Oh, you're still alive. You're not supposed to be alive. That's silly. Okay, I think we're fine with this. I need to diminish my hand so that I can cannibalize on the top floor. Because I want to hit the 3-target cannibalize again. I should be at 1 energy for that. This should be fine. Maybe I gotta reanimate onto that guy accidentally or something. I don't know. Go with attack. Attack. Raw health. I don't think I want to play into this much further, do I? What is meaningful that I'm buffing? Not much. I'm really defensively strong. Blast Infusion on this deformed duo makes him die again on this floor. And damage all of his buddies. Or I can obviously Blast Infusion on this floor because it's pretty cool. We're out of our Prism. And I don't think I want to Blast Infusion next turn. I think I'll have a better draw. Just do this. I think that's pretty cool. We've got the Wretch play. I think I might Mind Collapse these guys before I bring Primordium back. I think this guy comes back here. Let's do that. This looks like it slays them. Yeah, we got the energy back. The option to risky op them. I can risky op this guy too. Looks like he's dying, so I can perils him too. Love that whenever we can do it. The morsels that I retch get stacking reanimation lab buffs. So we want to make sure that the retched morsels keep getting eaten and do not get thrown away on the bottom floor. This guy, I'll throw away. We get Pyre Hunted here too. That's fine. We're actually keeping up with the Pyre Hunts. A lot better than I thought we would. I might risky op this dude. He doesn't get killed by the risky op if I do. Let me do that. Yeah, he life steals back. We play this. Okay, yeah. This is really working. I think we're on track. I had to be like really precise along the way, but looks like Savagery still has a good amount of health. Play this guy back again. Firelight. I don't think we hook hand him. Let's hit a Mix-a-Lot. Enfeebling. Okay, not what I want to see, generally speaking. We'll just throw it out. I'm just going to risky op these guys. And we'll end Tumber Morsel. Stack up the reanimation buff. Okay, 300 damage to him there. We've got Entropy on the clock. So it's just a matter of if we're killing Savagery. I think we might have him next turn. $690. All right. I can't play a multi-cannibalize here. I could maybe do big blasts. Is it big blasts or is it Goliath stuff? I have one more mix. We're not triggering blasts. We have too much health. We've scaled this guy too high. He keeps eating Primordium and getting fat. It's got to be Rage then. Actually, wait. I could trigger. I could have triggered Blast and Cannibalize. Derp. Whatever. So we do this. Then we cannibalize you. It blasts for 98, and now we've got the kill. Hot damn. We got the kill. I don't like it. Oh. That run was crazy and weird and very, very complicated. That had like the most interactions and complicated nonsense of every run I've ever done. Thank you very much, Billy. And we are 2/3 of the way done with the overall challenge. Nice. Okay. I want to chill and decompress for a moment, but I either want to play more or I want to pivot to doing some video edits. So what I'm gonna do is grab a snack, and we'll keep chit-chatting. Let's see, and that finishes our MT2 factions with Primordium. I have not won with Primordium on any of the MT1 factions. That'll be our next set of stuff.